Preparing to leave for Australia continues. I did make it out of New York City on Saturday. It was like a grueling 9-hour drive. And I know for a lot of people might be like, oh, that's like nothing. But when you're by yourself, it's a long drive. Thank goodness for music, podcasts, people actually calling and talking to me to keep my brain active. Because at one point I almost fell asleep and I was getting a little nervous. But I did make it to my temporary destination before I do actually fly out. I fly out in less than 10 days, which is just absolutely wild. In the meantime, I actually did book my first hostel. So I have a place to stay for at least the first 3 nights that I am in Sydney. I decided to only book for 3 days because one of the people that I've been kind of like watching, researching while preparing for this is Chasing Dane. I found him on YouTube and he's been in Australia for 3 years. He's doing this as a British citizen, which is a little easier than doing it as a US citizen, but he suggested doing 3 days at a time because if you don't like where you're staying, then you can just move on a lot more easily rather than potentially those are some big bees, potentially forfeit money if you really don't like the place. So that's what I did. I also went ahead and got myself an international SIM card for Australia through Olafly. They are my favorite international eSIM provider, so that I'll have data for at least the first 2 weeks while I kind of figure out the international phone number situation, because I have a feeling I'm going to need like a permanent address like a permanent address in Australia, and I'm not going to have one. So I'll just have to figure out what I have to do. Plus my phone only takes eSIM. It does not take physical SIM cards. So I have found a couple of providers such as like Telstra, and then I think Vodafone was a thing. And then Boost runs on the Telstra network, but they're a lot cheaper than Telstra. And I was told that I should really go with that network, like the Telstra network, because it is the most widely covered throughout the entire country. So that is kind of my current thing. I won't be homeless for at least 3 days, and I have at least data for when I hit the ground. Not really sure what the next steps are because there really is only so much I can do until I get through customs. But in the meantime, I'm just like updating the blog. So I'm going to try to have some new articles coming out that I'm going to finish while I'm here, and then hopefully do some more stuff for YouTube because I'm so behind on that. I don't even have my second video for my trip to Hawaii in February done. So that's where I am. Yeah, I'm so excited. I can't believe this is coming up so soon. So if I have another update, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, maybe some basic travel advice. But I'm going to go stop this cat from munching on something that she shouldn't be.